Thank you to all my lovely supporters on Patreon. To hear all the music I make for my channel and covers I do, go to the link in the description to sign up for my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Christian Hanna Horror here today, and I want to talk to you about 2000's Cherry Falls. This is the interesting about me, guys, because I want to be honest with you. When it comes to the late 90s, 2000, I'm really weird because I like a lot of those movies from that era. Some of them I adore. But the irony is, like, Scream, I don't even think is in my top 5, which is weird, you know, because I really love Urban Legend. I really love Valentine. I adore I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then there are also other ones that, I've seen them once, may not ever watch them again. So it's really weird. When I decided to get Cherry Falls, it really boiled down to this. I know that eventually a lot of these Scream Factory titles are going to just go out of print. I just see it happening. That's the pattern that's going on. So it was like $14 for Cherry Falls. When I looked it up the other day, I was like, now's just the time. Go ahead and get it. It's a good price. Go for it. So I picked up Cherry Falls. As I started watching this movie, I was like, okay, here we go. You know, we're gonna have a quirky, silly horror movie, slasher movie with smart aleck characters, yada yada, with like stuff of that era. Wait a minute, like this just kind of seems a little bit different. Cherry Falls is a horror movie, and it's not really funny at all. It's pretty serious throughout the film, and I thought that was great because it was really refreshing, especially at the moment right now, because I have to really be in the mood and have swings of wanting to watch that late 90s slasher era type of movie. And I wasn't really feeling it at the moment, which is weird, right? Because here I am watching Cherry Falls, but it was fate. Because Cherry Falls seemed like this really serious, straight-ahead slasher film, and I loved it. So I'll give you the simplicity of the plot, because if you haven't seen it, I don't even want to remotely spoil it. This movie starts out just like a typical slasher film. You've got a couple in a car. They're starting to try to, you know what, and all of a sudden, the killer shows up and gets rid of them both. And then you start to find out that the killer seems to be going after virgins, which was interesting, I gotta say, because I really wasn't expecting that. Now when I think about the name of the film, Cherry Falls, I'm like, wait a minute, but I'm just getting a dirty mind, so let's move on. Brittany Murphy is our main character in the film, and she is becoming a victim, obviously, because you find out throughout the film that she is, in fact, a virgin. And there is actually some action-packed stuff in here. There's this great scene where the killer is going after Brittany Murphy in the film, and she's in like this science class that has one of those big sharks on the roof that you would see at like a Joe's Crab Shack, southern restaurant, I don't know if there's any up north, or at an aquarium. She cuts the cord on the shark, and the shark comes careening down and creams the killer. It was really good stuff. Some really fun scenes. And again, I want to double down. What I loved about this movie so much was its tone. It really didn't have much comedy to it at all. You know, of course, it's a high school movie, so there's kids in high school, and there's some scenes in the cafeteria that are a little quirky. Regardless of that, man, I really did not expect this film to be like it was. I was pleasantly surprised. Not that there's anything wrong with that type of movie, the quirky, funny comedy slasher. I just really wasn't in the mood for it, so it was perfect timing watching this movie. I can't put it over enough. Another scene in the film that I really want to put over, and again, not spoiling anything, is when the killer invades this house party at the end with all the teenagers having fun doing their thing. When they realize this is the killer and it's going down, when something gets ugly, people get ugly. And I thought the scene actually showed that very well, because all the kids are trampling over each other with no regard for one another, trying to escape. And it seemed fairly realistic. I mean, I really thought the director did a great job for this. Of course, Brittany Murphy is fantastic throughout the film, and I love that her dad was Kyle Reese from Terminator. You know, casting Michael Biehn, or Bain, excuse me on the last name, I'm not sure, was great. But the beauty of that as well was, it took me a minute to say, wait a minute, I think I know him, because I was invested in his character as the sheriff of the town. Great casting, some recognizable faces, and Brittany Murphy is just lovely. I wish she was still with us, because I'm sure she would still be doing amazing things till this day. All in all, guys, I give Cherry Falls a solid 8 out of 10. It's certainly a standout for me in this late 90s era. I mean, it's 2000, but come on. It's the same thing, basically. It's a standout for me. I can watch this at a moment's notice again and really enjoy it. It's a good slasher film. I really think it is a pretty darn good slasher film, and I love that the film had a very serious approach approach. It actually felt like it was reminding you through the film, no, this is a horror movie. So kudos for that. I really dug it. Now, as far as the Scream Factory Blu-ray goes, you're not going to get an abundance of special features. There is a new audio commentary. There is some vintage making of stuff and, on-set stuff that actually has Brittany Murphy on it, which was nice. So if you're an audio commentary guy, good deal. But, if you don't own the movie at all, picture quality was great on it. I mean, it's from 2000, so it's not like they're digging up an old restoration for it to look good. I mean, it looked good. It looked really good. Cherry Falls. Again, guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I couldn't have watched it at a strangely better time because I was not necessarily in the mood for one of those late 90s Scream era slashers. But this movie was just quite a great surprise. Really, really enjoyed it. So let me know what you guys think if you've seen Cherry Falls. And if not, let me know if this review entices you to want to check the movie out. This is Christian Hanna Horror. We'll see you guys next time.